Why, hello there.
Hello there.
Nerdvengers, how are ye all tonight? It is Loki time. It is time to watch the Loki finale. I'm here, of course, with Elisa, and we're pretty excited and more awake, I would say, than normal. More awake than the other weeks.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling quite awake, and I got a whole nother big cup of coffee, and I'm ready for action. Nerdvengers, how are you guys feeling? Let us know in the chat. Where's your hype level at for DOS Loki finale? Let us know right away. Uh-oh, we're going to have the chat. You know what we can do, though? I thought about this. Why not, for now,
Put it
just
up there.
move the chat to the middle?
Do it.
Between us.
Do
Yeah.
it. We
Yeah.
need a barrier. I don't feel comfortable without the chat between us, okay? Like,
I'm not coming. Oh, well, we got to transition it too. Okay, so yeah, let us know what you guys are saying or how you're feeling about Loki, the finale rather. Of course, the whole thing for me and everybody is Kang.
yo, I tried to set expectations low, but this Loki has been setting these high expectations every week. They're just killing it. So, I really hope this finale is not gonna let us down.
Yeah, I mean, how could it? I mean, how could it let us down at this point? It's kind of where I'm at. I think separate from the other shows, like the other shows, I was left unsatisfied but hanging on. I think a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. How do you think it could let us down? That's kind of an interesting question.
If they had Miss Minutes in that castle. And then they didn't give any explanation. They were just like, well, this is the villain we have to fight. And they have a stupid AI fight.
Yeah.
That would let me down, man.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
That would kill me.
That's fair.
Inside.
I just don't even see that as a possibility. Like, if they really just had Miss Minutes and, like, it was just stupid as that, that would feel like such a left turn for me. I feel like it could be something equally as crazy, though.
Yeah.
And I just I reposted something on Twitter, actually, and let me see. Actually, maybe I can pull this up and show everybody. There's this comic book panel that I found very intriguing here. Let me see here. Give me just a second, ladies and gentle beings. By the way, this is that dope Samuel Kim theme mixing.
Yes.
It's really, I love this Loki theme. All right, so check this out, y'all. The hoodie's here. Let's go. Okay, so check this out. This is a comic book panel of Thor walking away from Loki and some kind of library. I don't even know. But then he's actually Kang. Here, let me see if I can.
What the heck?
Pull this. Yeah. And so when Loki is behind the TVA, but this happens in the end credits, and he's like turning into Kang.
Yes, I love it.
You know? Like, that would be bananas. Like, what a crazy twist. And, like, just literally right out of the comic, somebody shared it on Twitter today. Like, so crazy. We think it's a King Loki, right?
Yes.
And so King Loki comes on screen, and then I get a little upset or whatever, right? And then we realize that it's not just King Loki, and it is, in fact, the big Kang daddy himself.
I would lose my mind if that's it.
Yeah, I'd be all about it. I'd be all about it, honestly. And something crazy like that would really, really satisfy me. It could be, I mean, at this point, I think for me, a Kang variant is the most, it's the best option. It's the one that makes the most sense. Some variant of Kang. Maybe there's that crazy one that Trev always brings up, I think, the one at the end, or He Who Remains, I think is what he's called. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's possible. He Who Remains, but that feels so deep cut.
That would make sense. Okay, so like comic book wise, that makes sense because in the comics, He Who Remains is the last person. He's the one that survives the end of that timeline and goes on and carries like his information and his knowledge to the next timeline. So the fact that he's like past the end of time makes sense. But they haven't explained any of that.
I feel like there's literally at this point
yet.
more teases of Kang or a Kang variant than there are of that character.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so that's kind of where I'm at with it. If it's legitimately just a Loki, how would you feel if it's legitimately just a Loki variant?
I would be fine with that. I think it would be a nod to the comics, so I don't think I would be too upset. And I think, I mean, if Loki is going to have a hard time, I mean, if someone's going to be behind something like this, yes, I think Kang is definitely one of the options. But I could also see Loki being it. He's literally hiding behind an apocalyptic area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like there's little nods like that makes me think like it's totally possible. I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I think I'd be okay with it because the show's called Loki, and whatever Loki would end up being behind this would have to be like a savage version of Loki or some kind of really cool version of Loki, which is another just flavor of the character that I would really enjoy. So I don't think I would ultimately be that mad. Like, for me, Kang makes the most sense, but again, like, he is coming in Quantum Mania, so there's no question about that. It's like you're getting Kang, so, you know, there's been indication, and I think fair teases in the show that he will show up. But if he doesn't show up, it's not the same as Mephisto, where you're like, what the F? What were those devil things?
Yeah.
And then the writers are like, it's just it's a coinky-dinky that we said devil all that much.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I want to punch myself in the face.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't think I'd be very disappointed, though, if it's Loki. I think it would make sense with the show's kind of themes, and like it would make sense he would have a motive because he's basically trashing all the other Lokis. Like,
well, I mean, also,
can't.
Here's another I guess this is sort of the same thing, but if it's the variant Loki that we have met just now, the one that we think is changed and is in love with Sylvie and all these different things, right? Mm-hmm. So here's something that would be so crazy. They show up, it's another version of Loki, and it's an older version of our Loki, Prime Loki variant. And the older version of him, tells him she's going to betray you. She's about to right now, bro. And when that happens, you're going to eventually turn into me, and all of this is going to make sense. And like, it'll be like this weird Inception type thing where the Loki we think this whole time has been like love is a dagger, right?
Yeah.
So what if like that's the ultimate thing, is like her sort of betraying him is going to be the thing that sets him off to become this version of himself that's Loki. And then season 2, it's Mobius Sylvie trying to take him down, trying to take that version of him down. That would be wild.
Yo, that'd be so wild. That would be so wild.
I mean, that would honestly be... It's, to me, as wild as it seems, it is kind of predictable only because of the time travel aspect.
Yeah.
When time travel stories, especially maybe it's just all the crazy comics that I've read, but this seems to be a kind of a thing. And that, because you know what else I just realized too about Loki that's interesting is it's almost dealing with time completely differently than Endgame, but with the characters flowing through the TVA.
For sure.
So it's like the characters that flow through the TVA, they have they can't create branch variant timelines within the TVA. Mm-hmm. So therefore, like either that's a completely linear time or it's different than the rules we saw in Endgame. You know what I mean? So I hope we get that explained a little bit. Like there's a lot of stuff that's still left hanging as far as like our complete understanding of multiverse timelines, etc. So
can I just say one thing too?
Yes.
If it is Kang, which I would love to see it, either way, I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
If it is Kang, I do not want to see them win against him.
Yeah, for sure. No, especially if it's Immortus. Like if it's Immortus, no way, bro. Like there's no way they're gonna be able to just defeat him. At the best they could do was talk to him and try to like be like, nah, fam, you shouldn't do that. And then maybe they could get him to escape to a different timeline if they destroy the TVA, or if he's feeling big and bad and secure, and then Mobius like takes out the TVA or does something at the TVA,
and he flees.
It could flee. Yeah. Exactly. Like that could happen. But no, there's no way they're gonna come in and like kick his butt.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? And I'm wondering how you guys feel about this in the chat, so let us know. Do you think that there's going to be action versus Kang, or is it dialogue? Are they going to have like are they going to try to fight him, like Loki using his powers, Kang blasts him with crazy guns, or using time travel machines?
I think Loki, like our prime Loki, would try and talk to him because that's just how Loki is. Mm-hmm. Like in general, he tends to try and deceive before anything else. He's not afraid to fight, but I mean, he's mostly a talker. But I think Sylvie could totally get mad and just try and go at him. Especially if he's like, you listen, if it
Because she's trying to kill the person behind the TVA the whole
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
So that's like her goal, especially if it is another version of Loki, and he says like, she's gonna betray you. I could totally see her being like, no, I'm not, and just like rush him like.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that would be interesting to see. I definitely agree that I think it's gonna be dialogue based. My dream scenario. Oh man, are you guys ready for the fanboy dream? The fanboy dream would be, you just walk in. He gets into that room, and it's just a long table like friggin' Beauty and the Beast, and like all the way on the other end, it's just Jonathan Majors just sitting there, like in a purple and green like suit, like just dressed sharp, and then they proceed to have a Tarantino-esque conversation that's just elaborate, and both of them just bringing it as actors, and a lot of awesome nuance. Maybe some cutaways, explanations, flashbacks type things. And then he stands up. It's revealed that he's actually wearing the time travel suit the whole time, and he can manipulate his image similar to Loki or something. And then Loki undoes his, and then they have some kind of a fight. And then Doctor Strange and all the Avengers and Hulk and the X-Men, led by Cable through a time portal, comes in. And that's maybe Spider-Man as well.
You think Sylvie's character would let that happen though? She wouldn't just like go for him?
Well, so here's what's interesting. It's interesting you say that, because all the not all of them, but a lot of the scenes we've seen seem to indicate that Loki will confront, it seems to hint that he will confront this character alone. If you look at the thumbnail image that I have on this, it's Loki in the room, or in the mansion, seemingly, because we haven't seen that cracked floor and all that energy. And all the shots we've seen of that, unless I'm mistaken, somebody pointed out to me, all of that stuff seems to be without Sylvie. So I'm sure she'll be there and she'll start there, but I think Loki will confront, he will confront Kang possibly alone.
I don't know about that. I think if that happens, then he's just like setting up a distraction so that Sylvie can find another way in and get to him. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, if you want to go
that could be a plan that
logic,
they have. That's true, yeah.
If you want to really go with that logic, they did the same thing with the last episode where they didn't show any Sylvie in the promotion or anything.
Yes, and that is true. They did hide a lot of Sylvie in the promotion because I think they wanted to leave that mystery up there. They could have also digitally removed her from those shots. Now, that would be bananas to me because, I don't know, it seems like you could just find some other shots.
Yeah.
But, no, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know, there's something I just have this inkling that it really will come down to Tom Holland and this person one-on-one. But I don't know. Could be both of them together. I mean, they're obviously going in together. You know what I mean? But we have no idea what awaits them or what their plan will be or how that's all going to work. So, yeah, I'm super thrilled. I'm very excited. This is a very special show. Did you see that Elon Musk was tweeting about the show?
No.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Oh my gosh.
Elon Musk tweeted about Loki, and then Michael Waldron quote tweeted him. And
nice.
It was like really funny exchange. I was like, this is cool, man. This is fun, and it's such a smart show. Like I think Elon said it's like live action Rick and Morty, but with Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is what it is, basically. It's like that. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been enjoying Loki and you want to get some of the sick Loki merch, check out our Teespring store for it. It's going to go away on Friday of this week. So it was only available during Loki when it was airing, and we're going to remove it on Friday, so you won't have a chance to get it ever again. And if you had a blast with us, like hanging out on these watch parties, liking it, dude, grab even a coffee mug with it on it or something, some little memento thing. I like both designs. I like the Miss Minutes design. I like this design. They're both really fun. So check that stuff out.
Also, I would look out for in the future watch parties, looking for more merch to go up as we do stuff like
Correct. Yeah. So we're gonna try to line up at least a couple of exclusive pieces for different shows. We got to do some What If.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm so hyped on What If.
It's too crazy not to.
Yeah, and even if people like don't love What If the way I love What If, it doesn't matter. We're making What If shirts. We're doing watch parties. That's gonna be fun. There's a rumor that's gonna get binged. That's all gonna drop one night.
Yo.
I'd be here for it. I would be here for it. Like a huge watch party.
Yeah. Who needs sleep?
Well, humans, unfortunately. So we're going to have to go to sleep after this.
Nah.
This might be a late night for us, actually, because we'll probably have to stay up and do at least one video after the stream. Yeah. Like an ending explained thing. It's too juicy not to. It's the juice. So, yeah, that coffee might want to...
Choke it.
Let's see what people are saying in the chat. See what's going on over here. All I see is a couple supers. I'll get into those in a second. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Low Dog says, it's kind of fishy that Loki hasn't really used his powers that much in the show. I feel Loki got something up his sleeve. Could be. That'd be wild. Big Stevie says, this finale better not piss me off with the dollar signs. Amen, brother. I'm here with you. And Stevie wasn't sure he was going to stay up. From what I remember in chat. He was like, I don't know, should I stay up or should I get up at 6? Looks like he stayed up, so I think he's basically saying, like, there's a lot on the line. Mm-hmm. Oh, people were saying it's up. Okay, so it's 46 minutes. That's unfortunate. That's a little shorter. But if it's just a conversation, that makes sense. Lil Music says, got a diamond on the best day possible. Kang gang, let's go, baby.
Yo.
Okay, but here's the deal, everybody. Please do not, first of all, no spoilers, of course, but also do not, and I'll get to that in just a second, Tim, do not start it up yet. And if you don't have it up for you yet, put no into the chat because not everybody gets it at the same time here. And so that's probably why they release it early.
Yeah.
So put a no into the chat. See, I already see a bunch of them. So, yeah, everybody just chill out until we... Why do I have it at 175?
Also, happy birthday to Ashton.
Yo, happy B-Day, Ashton. Is that what was on the super chat?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, for all time, always. Pretty cool. Okay, so we have it pulled up. We have it.
That's a great name for this.
We're going to have to change, before we hit play, we're going to have to change the headphones over there.
Do you want me to just change
Let's
it now?
do it now.
Is it going to make loud noises if I just...
No.
Okay.
No. Look, remember how I was like, oh, man, I'll just leave my hair alone. But now it's doing the thing, and I'm going to freak out.
Don't freak out.
Ah!
Don't freak out. Don't do it.
I'm not going to freak out because it's Loki.
I mean, I might freak out because it is Loki.
There you go. All right, guys. So if you still do not have it, put no into the chat. I want to take a peek at the chat. I'm sure there's still people. Nice. Just turned 22.
Hey,
yeah, my man.
To the club.
My man. Happy birthday, Ashton. Yeah. Much love to everybody. That's awesome, man. Tim, good to see you. Good to see you. It's on. I know. Everybody got it. For show. Refresh
Frog
the page.
in the castle.
Frog in the mother flipping castle. That's what I'm talking about. All right, everybody. Get ready to go. We're going to wait just a minute or two more to wait for people to get the episode. I will give us a 10-second countdown, and we will hit play together, and we shall experience the finale of Loki together with the people.
Yo, I think if Loki tries to confront another version of Loki alone,
yeah,
he's gonna be so easily deceived.
Oh yeah.
Like Loki is just a little bit
our prime one is a little too naive right now, is what you're saying, yeah?
A little too, especially after Thanos and everything. Like he's just a little hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I agree. I concur. All right, guys. I think it's go time. We'll put the timer up for sure. We'll put the timer up as soon as we hit play. We'll hit the timer for sure. All right, everybody. Y'all ready?
Love that.
Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Okay, guys. Let's get it going here. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and play. Oh no, where's the timer at?
That makes me think it's King Loki right there.
Mm-hmm. It changes everything. Oh, self-prune. Eliath, definitely not Alioth, like some dumb person would say. Dr. Doom confirmed. Here we go.
Let's go. Ooh.
That was weird.
Wait a second. What?
Whoa, that's fun. Gonna jump on a spaceship and get out of here. Korg is the best. Korg is the GOAT. That was pretty cool.
What?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Big Bang. Two black holes. What the hell is going on here? This is so cool. WandaVision line. There's the time stream. We're in the time stream.
Yo.
Oh, snap. Yo.
Yo, this is literally the sacred timeline right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is so cool.
Crazy. That was epic.
That was awesome. You think it's going to shift to TVA now?
Yeah.
Or are we going right in?
I think it'll shift to TVA. Oh,
Whoa,
okay.
dude, music. This is very Rick and Morty, but amazing.
Yeah, it looks epic.
Oh, I do remember that shot with both of them, actually.
Yo. All right, look at her face and tell me she doesn't want to kill someone.
She definitely does. Oh, snap.
Oh, okay.
I love it. Haunted house type shit. Let's go.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Dr. Doom confirmed.
Is that a Doom thing? Okay. I love the design of this.
Yeah, this is sick.
That was so creepy. Okay. Whew. It's not just Miss Minutes.
Hmm. King Loki.
He can kill Thanos.
See, this is like tempting
Yeah.
him.
This is fake. Don't trust him. Don't trust her.
That's interesting. Huh? Good luck with that. Yo, so I
Dang.
thought I would hate it if Miss Minutes was in here. Didn't hate it. He Who Remains. Let's see about that.
What if He Who Remains is King?
Right. I mean, they could do something like that. But either way, I mean, He Who Remains, that's pretty cool. I wonder who they're going to get to play him. And that's from, okay. They're totally together. Like I said, they're going to confront him together.
Yeah, you definitely said that.
Yeah, the design is sick.
Interesting.
One of them busted down, huh?
Interesting.
Yeah. It's Jonathan Majors.
Hey! Hey!
Yo. He looks great.
Yeah, he does.
So they just took us through all three theories, and I still feel like we can't really
Yo.
be confident. I mean, it's Kang, but it's this Kang.
I love this.
Dude, this is very Kang. That right there was.
Yo.
Dude, he looks great.
He
This
does.
is awesome. I'm living in Kang heaven. I love the voice and mannerisms he developed for them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Huh? Fremont. So they're
Oh my gosh.
finding her
Does she
in
have
the
like a
timeline?
daughter?
No, I think they're finding her because that pen seems like she was a teacher or something. Oh, they're gonna show her. They're gonna show Ravana in the timeline. There she is. Yeah, see. Interesting. That's cool.
I like it. Rebecca Torvint.
What's on that chalkboard? I gotta know. Hmm. But why, Kang? Hmm. They would definitely never just introduce a big movie villain like Kang in a Disney Plus show, though. They would never do that.
Yeah.
Threw it all away on a couple of Lokis. Damn. That's kind of interesting.
She's trying to find him too.
Hmm. Oh shit, he's Kang for sure.
Yo.
Hmm. Council of Kangs. Let's go. Hmm. That was sweet. You see the Kang helmet on that one?
Yeah.
That's the multiversal war. It was the
Mm-hmm.
Kangs. Hmm. So he ended the multiversal war with Eliath. Maybe that was Battle World.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Take your chances on the other. I gotta get out of here. That's what he's basically saying. I think they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Nice. I love that, yo. We're all villains here. That's Kang. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. If another Kang rolls up, if we get another one, I'm about to lose my mind. Kangs on Kangs on Kangs.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Oh, because they tore up the timeline.
The TVA is getting tore up, probably. Multiversal War by Kang as big time Thanos. Let's go.
Loki trusts him, but Sylvie's, yeah, she's just not capable of it.
He's taking off his dilly dally.
He can finally do it.
Yo, Sylvie's just gonna end him. Yo, Jonathan Majors is great.
He's killing it.
Telepathy again. He uses, or telekinesis rather. Mm. Nice. Some of the best action in the shows too. That was cool. That was good choreographed.
What?
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you. Ooh, that was sick.
Dang.
Oh shit.
Oh, snap.
You know, honestly, that's probably their best like scene together.
That was a betrayal from her.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Interesting move. See ya, Kang.
Maybe.
Nah, she's gonna end him. It makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
for this version of King.
well, that's what all the other versions will come now. That's why
Yeah.
Ant-Man and Quantumania will be the way it is. Yo, this was great. This was awesome. So what happens now? Yep, and this is how we're gonna get into our crazy multiverse of madness
Yeah.
Spider-Man bonanza, as we said. Whoa, past the red line, so they can't be pruned.
It's beautiful, though.
Love is a dagger, bro. You said it yourself.
Dang.
Oh, snap. Whoa.
Did he get sent to a different universe?
Yo, now the TVA is just Kang. And that looks a lot like a Mortis Kang. So it's like he's already won. What a brilliant ending. Let's go.
Yo, there's
Let's
gotta be post-credit.
go.
That was so good.
Let's just let it play. Maybe there's a post-credit or a mid-credit.
That was such a good finale.
Yeah, I mean, and not just because Kang showed up.
No, like just like in general.
Yeah, no, in general, I mean, I can't wait to talk about the writing and just like get into it a little bit because it takes you through almost all the different scenarios in a really interesting sort of twisty way.
Yeah.
And the ending is brilliant and sets up that season 2 so perfectly. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty hyped up. And Jonathan Majors, wow, he just killed it. You never know what to expect.
He was so good.
Yeah, he was so good as Kang. And honestly, that's just one version of Kang.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. And that's the thing is, like, when I heard that he was going to be Kang, and then I checked out Lovecraft Country, right? Like, so I'm not a big horror person, but like I watched his performance in that. He's much more reserved as that character, but I could just tell in his facial expressions and stuff. I was like, dude, this dude is an incredible actor. Right away, I was like, he is bringing it in these scenes and pulling the most out of little moments. And I was like, this is incredible. And that's why I thought it would have been it was so great to see him and Hiddleston back and forth. And you get to see that, you know what I mean? And he killed it. And as an actor of that quality, to be able to bring other versions of that and really sink your teeth into not just this character, but the other versions of him is incredible.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see the version in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yo, I almost wonder though, like, who's Miss Minutes working for?
No, she's working for him. 100%.
Where did she send Ravonna then?
No, Ravonna has her own time thing. She went out on the timeline to find. She'll probably pop up in season 2 as well.
Yeah, but Miss Minutes like handed her files and she's like, "What's this?" And she said, "He thinks it'll be useful to you." And then all of a sudden, she goes on a mission.
Yeah,
like,
it's probably about Kang. Yeah, and that'll probably lead to them maybe a variant of Kang and her falling for each other, something similar to the comics or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, what do we got here, ladies and gentle beings? Laufey-san. Loki will return in season 2.
Yeah!
Let's go. Yo. Anything
Is that
else?
the only?
Looks like we're good. Okay.
Honestly, I'm not mad about
All right,
that.
I'm going
though.
to pause that. Can you plug this
Yes.
back in over
Sorry.
there? Okay. All right. Let's get into the chat. Let's see what y'all are saying. We'll do Q&A for a little bit for sure. I mean, obviously, your boy's real happy.
That was
Your
so
boy's
good.
real happy over here. Yeah, what a absolutely incredible finale. The Kang of it all is brilliant, but it's not even just the fact that it was Kang. Like, there's so many different ways that it could have gone with Kang. And Jonathan Majors just absolutely brought it. And I thought the concept of him, because I saw some people in the chat, and I'll try to pull up the chat, and we'll get into the super chats as well. I saw a lot of people saying, like, oh, it is a Mortis. That's absolutely not a Mortis. The Kang we see at the end of time here. If anything, that's Prime Kang that in the comics is trying to prevent a Mortis or eliminate a Mortis or eliminate the possibility. Or Iron Lad is also trying to do this. So that could have been a version of Iron Lad that goes through the end as well. But it's a version of Kang that does not want a Mortis. Or the other variants of him, like the really dark ones, right?
Yeah.
So the funny thing about this is looking back at it, yes, Loki was absolutely right. That, like, this man in the tower, this version of the dictator, that version of him is better than the other Kangs. And what's so weird is, like, I wonder what that version of Kang would have done had they just taken over. You think he would have just went, like, with Ravonna or something, or went fishing or something? What do you think he does if Loki and Sylvie would have taken over?
Yeah, I think he would have kind of just enjoyed life, not having to watch over the timeline and know exactly what's going to happen all the time.
I know, but what would he have done?
Maybe he'd go catch up with Mobius and get on a jet ski.
Jet ski time. Love it.
They'd be like boys.
Yeah, and the thing, it's so crazy because it takes you through, again, you know, just to the credit of the show and the incredible writing. It's so self-aware, and I love this whole team. But you get into the thing right away, and it's Miss Minutes, right? And so I'm sure people in chat, and even myself, were like, oh, man, they're doing the Miss Minutes thing? Like, that's a little crazy. Then they name drop He Who Remains. And you're like, oh, snap, so they're doing He Who Remains. Then you see Jonathan Majors wearing the slick-ass Kang, and you're like, dude, they just took me through all the different things. I just went on a roller coaster of emotions, and now I'm, like, just really, like, is this Kang? You know, I'm still not 100% sure. When he does the little techno timeline thing, it's like super obvious. He's talking about the 31st century. He's talking about, you see the other one wearing the more Kang helmet, which is something we'll probably see now in the future. And what an interesting, beautiful way to intro that character. And then what he does, and he's like, here's the end moment for me. I don't know what happens. And then when that moment passed, that was so cool. The music keys for that and like his performance in it. And when he's like, oh, man, you know, like you buy it and you're like, oh, shit, here we are. And the whole show arrives at a point where now it is actually coming out on its own free will.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is Loki versus Loki, Sylvie versus Laufey Sonar Loki. And she betrays him, but not before they give the real ass kind of kiss and love scene. This was, I thought, the best action sequence as far as the choreography of them fighting. It was also the best romantic sequence with them actually crying when he was like saying the thing, I bought it completely. And then they kiss, and I was like, okay, that's cool. A little bit lame. I wish she killed him. And then she sends him out, betrays him, and kills him. Brilliant.
Yes. Yeah, I think it was interesting that Loki and Sylvie were just on two completely different levels. Because Loki, I think, was truly being, like, really honest with her for the first time. And she was being probably the most deceptive that she was in that moment. Yeah.
But, I mean, her whole experience since she was a girl was to end the TVA, right?
Yeah.
So, like, she just can't see past it. She can't see past her own experience. And the unique thing about this Loki, this version, is that he has somehow done that and gotten to that place. And you know what else is so cool? Is that season 2 of Loki might pick up, like, we don't know when they're filming this. We might not see it for 2 years. It might be post Ant-Man Quantumania. We might have a whole new MCU, a whole new thing going on. That is awesome. And this show as a way to sort of anchor, I mean, what a brilliant, it's just brilliant in so many different ways. But having Tom Hiddleston be this sort of arbiter of this sort of series that has all these crazy implications, but is somehow also isolated while also being completely connected to everything, it's really smart.
Yeah.
Because you can't just put him in everything anymore, but you can now have him play a pretty important role to whatever happens next with the MCU via season 2.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. I really, really liked this ending. I loved how they like tied everything up that we needed tied up.
Yeah.
But they still left so many like strings and so.
I mean,
many
he said it. He
cliffhangers.
said it. He was like, "See you soon," and then like Mobius not knowing him, brilliant. I love it because that means like even the TVA John is now messed with time.
Yeah.
Everything is now different. Like everything. That is brilliant. And then you see that other version of Kang in place of the timekeepers.
Yeah.
So crazy. So is season 2 of Loki post Secret Wars, post MCU Secret Wars? Because you're kind of led to believe that the last multiversal war was all the Kang variants battling. And now we're going to get another like perhaps Council of Kang / Immortus / Secret Wars multiversal war via Kang. That's fantastic stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. I think she pushed him into a different branch though. And like that branch had its own TVA.
Oh yeah, I mean at this point there could be branched TVAs as well. But it's also possible that like he just goes back and rewrites it because like this is a total Kang thing as well, is that like there's moments where the TVA is under the control of Kang and Immortus, and there's moments where like it's even implied that like Kang like suffers the timekeepers, and then I believe in Avengers Forever it's the timekeepers that recruit Kang to eliminate the Avengers across time because they've posed a threat, and then he flips on them, so like but ultimately just to preserve his own shit or whatever.
Yeah.
So man, yeah, like it's the Kang of it all is so cool, and I love like this is such a brilliant ending because you still don't have to have Kang in everything. Like this is a Thanos type ending, except obviously way cooler than just some ugly ass head turned dude in Avengers 1 in the post credits. Like this was like, yo, this dude killed it. I love the outfit. I love the backstory. It's clearly Kang. This is dope. And by the way, at the end of the show, he's in charge of time completely again, and it's an evil version of it. And we don't know when or how that applies to the rest of the MCU.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, is now the Spider-Man thing going to be connected to that? And then could there be even Kang stuff in Spider-Man No Way Home? What do you think?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Especially if he's the new Thanos. Like, if he's the new Thanos, then I think that's absolutely the way.
Yeah, I think they'll address it more in, like, Multiverse of Madness and Quantumania, but I think it could definitely show up as, like, pulling the strings behind Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah. Super cool. Fascinating stuff. So, I mean, obviously, I see people talking about it in the chat. I'm pretty hyped up on it. Excited that we finally got the Kang of it all. No Bona. No Bona. Okay, let's go through the super chats, guys. We have quite a bit of them. So, we're going to try to chill through these for like the next 20 minutes because I'm going to stay up and do a video. You know what I mean? We'll see. If you're, I don't know if you're what you're feeling. You might. We'll see. Anyways, let's get into these super chats. Low Dog says with the $5 hollow says it's kind of fishy that Loki wasn't really using his powers much in the show. Okay, this was all before the show. We talked about that.
You know what though? The last time Loki used his powers, everyone was like, he doesn't have telekinesis. What is everyone doing?
Yeah.
So
he clearly does. and he clearly uses it a lot. Okay, so good morning, Kang Time, says Greg Kish. Darth Dever says, Immortus, let's go. Again, I don't think that's Immortus. I don't think that was Immortus, but we can get some clarification. I think
the end statue could have been.
That's Immortus. Immortus is now in charge.
Yes.
I think. You know what I mean? But again, Immortus wasn't necessarily a super bad guy, though. Mm-hmm. He was sort of indifferent to things, kind of like this guy was. So maybe it was Immortus. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Regardless, I think the main thing to take away is that
it was epic.
Well, it was epic, but that this Kang is the lesser of two evils. That where we were at the end of the whole show was this is the lesser of two evils. Now a worse one is going to be coming.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, bananas. Darth Dever says, Immortus is dead. Now Kang can roam free. Yeah, that's fair to say. Nerdtacular says, rate it, Josh, this season of Loki versus Mando season 2. Ooh, that's hard. I might still give Mando 2 the edge just because, like, what it did was so absolutely epic. But I don't know. Like, I might rewatch Loki way more than I watch most Mando episodes. It's really just a couple of Mando episodes that are like that slap and like that, and I really got to check out. I thought every episode of this Loki season was fire.
Yeah.
Like every single episode was fire. Even the one that other people thought was slow, like what was it, 3 or 4 that everybody hated. I didn't even hate it. I was like, nah, dude, it's cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, thanks for the support, brother. Mike Motherflippin' Porter says, didn't I say MCU rules? How's that? Is that good, Mike Porter?
That was great.
Matthew Cassidy with the $2 holla says, let the madness begin. Indeed, sir. Indeed, sir. The madness has certainly begun all over. Oh, crap. Now I got to find... Okay. Jack says, Elisa is the best Den of Nerds guest. I love seeing her every episode. Please keep having her on. You two are the best together. Thank you, Jax. Yeah, we love doing this together. And honestly, like, we would probably stream more if it were not for the savage wolf pups that we have that are a little rough. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do a lot more stuff together. No, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Dario says with the $5 holla, I'm not one for mushy kind of stuff, but I'm so happy they kissed. Nah, I kind of like feel the same way. It's weird, like. I wasn't always the biggest fan of Sylvie Loki and Sophia. I wasn't always sold on her performance, but I will say this episode, and I wonder who directed it, or were they all Kate Herron? I don't know. This was so good. I felt like, as opposed to WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, almost every aspect of this particular episode was the shit. It was the shit, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, Dario, I hear you, man. I thought the kiss was cool. How do you feel about the kiss?
Okay, so, I'm not the biggest fan of the whole Loki situation, but I think because it was, like, her final manipulation, it was, like, I was chill with it. Like, she knew that was the only way she was going to get his defenses down enough to be able to take King out. So, like, to me, it's not, like, as weird because she's just doing what she has to do.
Amen. That's a great way to look at it. It's honestly pretty interesting. Tim, coming in with the $2 holla, says, in all honesty, I expected this. 6 out of 10, in my opinion. Damn, bro. Well, you're a hard man to please, bro. I am Doom with the $2 holla, says, Major killed his monologue. So hype. I couldn't agree more. I thought he destroyed that scene and just literally took it over, which is so hard to do with an incredible actor like Tom Hiddleston that. He dominated the physicality, him jumping around, the mischievous nature. I loved it. I loved every single moment of it.
I think, like, that is my favorite type of character where he, like, didn't just say things. Like, he was doing things the whole time, and all of his mannerisms, like, set up such a great character right away.
Yeah. It's so fun right away. Even the intro where he's, like, excited to see them and stuff is so crazy. Hugh says, finally a good Marvel thing since Disney Plus started. Black Widow was hot trash. You know what? Hugh, look, man, whatever, man. We're here. And we like Loki. We don't have to get into Black Widow. You know what I mean? We're here and we like Loki. Let's see here. Jay London with a $5 holla says, why does so much in Marvel take place in Ohio? That is interesting. Is there something to Ohio?
I guess so.
I don't know.
There's so much open field there.
Maybe Ohio is a secret nexus spot of the multiverse.
Maybe.
T-Love says, 10 out of 10. As a finale that sets up all of the movies moving forward for years to come, much higher impact than WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Super hyped for Kang. Couldn't agree more. True. Man, all the people that told me there's no way you're going to see Kang, and also there's no way they would put a reveal of a huge character like Kang in the Loki show. I hope you all friggin' phone chargers break and you can't charge your phone, and that all your favorite restaurants cook your best meals bad, and that you stub your toe coming out. Basically, fuck y'all. That's basically what it is. I'm half kidding. You know what I mean? Alma Powell with a $5 holler says, wow, I am blown away. I was not about Loki. I actually thought this was an inferior show, but this was amazing. Chef Kiss. Wow, that's kind of interesting. So he didn't really like the show, but he thought the finale killed it. That's fascinating. So you must just be like a Kang fan or just a big fan of what Majors did. But yeah. Tim says, best sequence, not even close, but agree to disagree. Hey, fair, brother. Fifi says, with a $5 holla, to quote Darth Vader, you were right, Josh. You were right. Yeah, just brush a little bit of dirt off my shoulder. Darth Bio says, with a $10 holla, just saying thanks for doing these watch parties. Hey, thank you so much. We love doing these watch parties, and this one was super hyped. I'm gonna do a video right after this. I'm on cloud 9.
I can feel your hype.
I
wish
I
was
good.
there right now.
Well, I mean, they didn't have to. They could have given. By the way, no Among Us stream.
I know. Dang, I lost my bet.
But they could have given us any amount of Kang. For them to go this hard, I didn't even necessarily like. I said it was a fanboy dream. Right? Like if there's just Jonathan Majors there and it's cut, go back and watch the replay. I was like, this is a fanboy dream. They pretty much brought my fanboy dream to life.
Yeah.
How can I not be giddy as a schoolgirl? You know what I mean? I am Doom with the $5 hollow says, I was the only one who noticed the mouse shape behind Kang while he's talking about merging timelines from an executive desk. Fox, Disney. Oh, dude, that's cool. I'll have to go back. That would be hilarious if that was in there. Tim says, had to dip right in the beginning, but yo, that was awesome. I'm happy with how the show turned out. Y'all enjoyed it too. Yeah, man, we all, I enjoyed the heck out of it. Some people in here are saying, whatever, but a lot of us, I think this is going to go down as the best Marvel show. Super impactful. Holy shit, you got to watch Loki. That's what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pretty cool stuff. Christian says, the new intro with the looping quotes, interesting, correct. I almost felt like that was the timeline, though.
Yeah, I felt like it was just showing the different things that have happened on our timeline, and then it showed it going through because it showed it going through the time flow after.
Yeah, it's like it was basically like that was them saying yes, the MCU has been controlled by Kang this whole time.
Yeah.
Which is like, what? But yeah.
Do that every time. I think it was just for this.
Can we let that sink in for a second? What that means is that up until now, the entire MCU was catered by Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
And it was catered, or rather by maybe a Mortis or Prime Kang or whoever, like a version of Kang, basically, a variant of Kang.
He who remains.
He who remains. This guy was catering the entire timeline to do what? To prevent the multiversal war and the other versions of Kang. To keep the timeline. Basically, he was preventing variants of himself.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was fantastic.
That's
because
crazy.
It's true. Like, if you know, like, if he's capable of all of the power he has, could you imagine having multiple people with that power all fighting? Like, they could completely destroy everyone else in the process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's bananas. Fifi says, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was Immortus, right? He was in the Immortus costume, I believe. He looked like the Immortus costume, yes, but it looks like just a take of the Kang costume. I'm sure there'll be some clarification on it. Right now, I'm kind of honestly like, I don't know if I would call Immortus is the most powerful version of Kang, and he's at some points in comics he's like indifferent to things that are going on, and he's technically heroic when in Avengers Forever, but I don't know if I've ever thought of him as like a good version of Kang. I guess this guy wasn't either, so maybe that's Immortus, but I kind of feel like this was maybe a unique variant to the show almost, if that makes sense. But who knows? Maybe that's a version of Immortus or whatever. It was dope. Either way, dope.
Yeah.
Chef Moriarty says, are you ready for MCU to be crazier than anything we've seen in its entire history? I'm ready. My body
Give it to me.
is ready, man. I can't wait. This is great. This is a great feeling. Emmett Fried with a $2 holler says, told you last week Miss Minutes was up to something. You were absolutely right. Oh, I think that's kind of the joy of the show is almost everybody's theory had a part to play.
Yeah.
It's almost, you know what this is? This is a reverse Last Jedi. Because in The Last Jedi, it was almost like Rian Johnson was trying to shit on every fan theory. Mm-hmm. It's almost like Michael Waldron was trying to give a little play to every plausible fan theory.
Well, even in just the way that he like set up the whole classic Loki in the last episode, like that whole scenario of how like he became a Nexus event, that was a huge fan theory after Endgame. That whole scenario that he went through, that was like one of, I remember that being a thing where people were like, "No, that was just
that was an illusion." You're right.
Illusion of Loki. So I feel like throughout the series, he's really just paid respect to a lot of fan theories out there.
That's cool. Yeah, man, I can't wait to see what this guy does with Star Wars. It's gonna be amazing. Aiden H says people really out here saying WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier finale was better. Who are these people?
I mean,
who would say such a thing, Aiden?
As much as I didn't like the WandaVision and the Falcon Winter Soldier finale, I understand that like people have different standards and also enjoy things differently. So, I mean, like, while I have like super high expectations and like I love a show for its writing, which is why I didn't really care for it, there are some people who just like
Power Rangers type spell slinging.
They just want to be fed certain stuff. So
that's fair. You know, I wonder how the reception will be. What if like we're over here loving it in our little pocket and like the whole internet, like I'm gonna go on Twitter after this and everyone's like, that sucked, and it's just everybody shitting on it. That would be fascinating. I can't. But... Yeah, I don't think so either. But that's interesting. You know what I mean? Different strokes, different folks for sure. It could be a thing too if you're a big time normie and you don't if you don't understand the Kang of it all and you're just like, dude, who's this just random ass dude in the weird clothing acting all weird? Then maybe you'd be hating on that. But bro, like, I don't know, that the performance was great. I don't understand how you cannot be captivated by that performance. It was all time great. And also, if you're how could you avoid the Kang speculation with this show? Yeah. I mean, if you avoided it and you were completely unaware, then frankly, I wasn't doing my job. Like, you know, like that was the sort of narrative. That was the whole thing. So to see that pay off too in a very interesting way, I don't see how people could be disappointed with it. Yeah. So Zero Gravitas says, that was some sweet, sweet, sweaty goodness. I agree. Deshaun Ford, which I think, Deshaun, you're a new Nerd Venger today. Been a hell of a day for Nerd Venger for you, my friend. You shall never forget. $5 Holla says, this how the Spider-Mans come in. And this is how J.J. Simmons is here. This how the X-Men is coming. Deadpool to, oh my God, we are back, baby. I agree. I think this is the explanation. Yeah. And who would have thought? You know, a little show like Loki. I know, like, Whitney claims she knew how impactful it was going to be. I think there's other people that claim to think that it would be. You were one of them as well.
You can watch the replay on streams. I've been saying this the whole time.
Well, sure, but did you think it when the shows were all announced? You, like, when the Marvel shows got announced, you were like, Loki's going to be the one. Yeah. Okay.
I thought Loki and WandaVision were going to be the two to kind of break things open. But I will say, so I didn't get it all right, because I don't think WandaVision was that impactful. But I will say,
it was supposed to be,
those two were the ones that I was like, I mean, Falcon Winter Soldier was more grounded, didn't think it was going to have much of an impact.
Sure.
But WandaVision and Loki, I thought were going to be the two to kind of break things open.
Well, for me, I mean, being completely honest, I really had Loki all wrong. Like, I just sort of pegged it as just a very, like, just a Tom Hiddleston show. Like, it was going to be completely on its own, but fun because it's Loki. Like, I never thought, like, until leading up to it, when we were doing our research and coverage, I was like, yeah, Loki's going to be fine. But then I was like, oh, snap. Like, this might really... Yeah. Like, set things up in the way that I was anticipating the other shows too. So, pretty ridiculous. Darian Rucker says, what do you make of the ending when Mobius doesn't remember Loki? Well, it indicates that whatever happened, because here's what I think is really crazy, okay? So, if you're thinking linear about this, at the end of time of a timeline, you had this guy, this version of Kang, watching everything to make sure that other variants of Kang did not pop off. And then from a moment there, he is destroyed, which allows the multiverse to expand, allowing all sorts of variants of Kang. And then ultimately, when Loki goes back to the TVA, it is a different TVA. It is now controlled by Kang, and all the variants are still variants. Mobius appears to have gotten wiped again and is just working for the TVA because he's doing all the protocol. He's just TVAing it up. So whatever variant of Kang either wins the multiversal war or just wins the day to get to the end of time and again enslave all of these people, that version of Kang has already conquered all time and gotten back into control of the TVA by the time Loki gets back to the TVA.
Or
Yes.
what if he sent Ravonna to do that? To like basically like find a different version
that
and take them over.
that actually works as well. Yeah, so like basically he maybe Ravonna is going to a branch timeline where she is now going to make Kang the one. Like she's going to do the same thing she did before,
Yeah.
but instead of it being the timekeepers, it's Kang, and that's the version of the TVA that we are in now, and that's a variant of Mobius. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying yeah. Like it's a variant. Like she went into a different timeline and pulled another version of Kang or someone to take over.
Yeah. To like sort of
Kang.
craft,
To sort of be like, by the way, you have to take over because the original Kang's plan didn't work. He got killed, and Sylvie and Loki didn't take over. So someone has to be in control.
True. Yep, true.
So it would
I wonder
make
what's happening
sense he
with
has a
Sylvie.
backup
And you know what
plan.
else, too? Like, I'm not mad that Sylvie might be
Dead in this next
not
season?
necessarily dead, but like diminished.
Oh, I would not. Okay, I love Sylvie's character, but I would not be mad if like she totally figures out she's wrong and a bunch of Kangs just like show up and she has to fight them all.
Yeah, she would get destroyed though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. Like
so-
I love her character, but if that's how they like made her go, like that would be epic.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, like I guess I was speaking more to the fact that like when season 2 rolls up, I'm kind of not expecting to see her until maybe later in the show, if at all.
Yeah.
And I'm good with that. Like Hiddleston and Wilson that's where the jam's at for me. And now it's totally, oh man, yeah, season 2 is gonna be
Now
really
with
fun.
Jonathan Majors too.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
So CR says it was an amalgamation of He Who Remains and Immortus, but that ending, did it just start all over again with someone worse? What the fuck? Mind blown. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what they're implying, that it started over again completely with a much worse version of Kang now in control. So pretty crazy. Oh boy.
Wow.
Okay. We're going to fly through these. So Will says, I love this episode. Definitely worth staying up this late and barely getting any sleep before I get up for work. Take my money. Indeed,
Worth
Will.
it.
We're with it as well. It's super dope. Fifi says, WandaVisionism and Falcon Winter Soldier show where branch timelines Loki finale can reset, making us forget the boners. Let's go. I love it.
Yeah.
Gutter God says, I didn't expect to get the theory right in your comments section. Great job, Denim Nerds. Great series. Yeah, man. Dude, we had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I can't wait. We're a lot of content to come. We're going to do ending explains, Kang explained, all of it. Darth Baba with a very generous $10 holla says, multiversal implications, man. Take my money. Indeed. Stevie, very generous $20 holla. I'm glad you had a good time, by the way. This show was meant to be the beginning of phase 4.
true.
It explained what's coming to the MCU. It was not designed to have a definitive ending. Marvel finally stuck the landing. We got what we needed from the show. Yeah, dude, I agree 100%. Couldn't agree more. Stuck the landing. 100% what I'm looking for the MCU. Just very excited that now it feels like we're finally back on track, like we're out of the Pandy Woods with production, which is great. Jason says, what if Doctor Doom wins the second multiversal war? I'm here for it, Jason. I am here for it. Fifi says for the $5 holla, the moment that elevator opened and Kang walked out, I legit yelled, Josh was right. My boyfriend was like, who the F is Josh?
I love that.
No, that's funny. That's funny, Fifi. Rob, what's up, brother? Good to see you. $5 holla says, love this channel and thank you for all y'all. Thank for all y'all. Take my money. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate the love, my friend. Devon says with the $10 holla, no Spider-Man post-credit trailer. Time to riot. You know what? You're right. I'm actually going to backtrack completely on everything and now hate the show. So look for that video later when I'm hating
How
on the
dare
show.
you? He was on such a good roll.
I was on a roll. Callisto, very generous, $20 holla, very generous. Thank you so much. Says that entire dialogue with Kang was fantastic. I see what you did there. It was great exposition. As Tyrion Lannister would say, the true history of the world is the history of great conversation in elegant rooms. Remember when he said that? I love
do
that.
remember that.
Great point, Kalisto. Appreciate the support and the really good point. Dario says, wow, Elisa's take on that kiss moment is great. Proves I'm a fool just like Loki. I was thinking the same thing while she was saying that. I was like, yo, she's ice cold. See the angle on getting the job done. Sylvie is a Loki snake, indeed. Tim says, shout out to Kendo. We were right. Dang, a lot of people pumped about their theories being right. That's dope, man. Alex says, was the city in the quantum realm? It's not the TVA. Was the city in the quantum realm? Not the TVA. It might not be the TVA. We don't know. We don't know.
Or it might be.
It might be.
And that could be why we get Kang in
Quantumania. Absolutely. Kendall Davis says, if the TVA has changed, how has the MCU changed? They delivered. I agree, brother. And that's the whole thing, man. What has changed now? I think the multiversal stuff coming up is going to be because of this. It's going to be a part of the change. You know what I mean? So Jared says, mutants, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. They're all coming. Take my money. Indeed, and maybe various versions of them as well. I mean, like, we're truly off the rails now in the best way possible. You know what I mean? In the best way possible.
Yeah.
Esteban says, where are all the MCU haters? Can't really find them. Yeah, that timeline got eliminated and pruned. Undertaker Punk with a $5 holla says this episode needed to come out before Spider-Man trailer to explain the multiple Spider-Man villains coming into the film with the new multi-series.
True.
I mean, I think you're onto something there. I do think that. I mean, like I said, I didn't really think there was gonna be legit Spider-Man stuff, but that does appear to explain how we're gonna get to the bonanza of Spider-Man. So yeah, I'm here for it.
I think it's gonna explain a lot.
Yeah. Lord Vito says, low key, though. I need some more crocky. But this episode, def a 10 out of 10. Amen, brother. Glad you had a blast, man. Good to see you as always, Lord Vito. Real Film says with a $5 hollow, this was the best series overall, but it had the weakest finale. Interesting. It didn't feel earned like, okay, that's fair. There was the reveal that Vanches and Fluff. Yeah, that's fair. And I 100% disagree. You know what I mean? Like, literally could not disagree more. But hey, totally fair for you to have that opinion. And look, I have been in that boat too. And I don't even know. We don't know how people are going to react to it. But I've been in situations before where I'm like, I cannot believe so many people like this. I don't.
The whole series of WandaVision, I was like that.
Yeah, Elisa actually never liked WandaVision the way that I did, and the way that many of you did. Like,
I was in the producer group chat, like, what is going on?
Yeah,
is this actually
we're getting
good?
so hyped up about like the labels on bottles and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Elisa's like, all right, this is weird. Mike Porter says, to be honest, I haven't felt this good since Endgame. Yeah, It's like I won the nerdy championship. I love WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but even I know Loki is the best. Dang! Strong words coming in from Mike Porter. And I'm glad that you loved all of it, man. But I do think this is just frankly better. Like, in my opinion,
There's
I think
such different things, though. Like, I understand why people who did really like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier wouldn't like this. Like, they're just so different.
That's fair. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. And people saying that it doesn't feel earned, I mean, they're probably just butthurt because they were like, Kang's not going to show up. There's no way Kang's going to show up. And then they give a whole episode to Kang, and people's brains are broken, and they just say it just feels unearned. Am I being petty? Absolutely. Big Stevie says with the $5 holla, this episode makes Holden Spidey trailer make complete sense. I concur, sir. I concur. Randy says, been on several live streams. Everyone loves it.
Yes.
Nice. That's good to hear. Shout out to all the other content creators out there. Matthew Cassidy says, can we add Loki to the Emmy list late? Bro, I mean, they have to make up a whole new category for Loki. Like, in the category of dopest dope shit there ever was, there's only one nominee. Loki Season 1, and it wins! That's the way that's going to go down.
Yes.
Mike Porter is Kang with a very generous $15 hollow. Says, excuse me. Not my fault you decided to lower your expectations. Oh, my God. I feel like I would have got a different version of this had the show. Anyway, unlike me and Elisa, love you, girlie, we always knew our Boo Thang Loki would be amazing. I mean,
amen to that.
I knew the show was going to be fun, but yeah, I had no idea it would be this impactful. Shout out to you, Whitney, and that's a good name change as well.
Yeah, that's such a great name.
Mike Porter is Kang. Can we get Mike Porter as Kang shirts?
Yes.
We're going to have to do something like that. Baby Yoda's escape pod with a $2 holla says, what did Kang say about reincarnation? He said like it could be a version of reincarnation. Like he basically said like he'll be back no matter what.
Yeah.
Like
because versions of himself will rise up, so one has to rise up. If there was already a multiversal war, you think that's not going to happen again when they realize, like, again, like, oh, there's other versions of me that I can now take over these universes.
Yep. It's pretty bizarre.
History
Yeah,
repeats itself.
exactly. Aiden H says, does this mean Ralph Boner is actually Quicksilver? It means that there could be that he could be a variant. It does open that up a little bit. Doesn't mean anything definitively about it.
Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, let's not go there. We're already over the boner. Momo with a $10 hello says, love the chat, bro. Take my money. Thank you so much for the support. Flatbrush Zombie says, $10 hello. Kang showing up in this Disney Plus show now is confirmation that Feige won't hold back from introducing big characters in these shows. That's fair. Thank God, because I was getting nervous after the first two fell short. I'm in the same boat. Okay, I understand there are people out there that liked the other shows just the way they were for what they were. But
Holy
for
crap.
me personally, I was like, no, this is not the MCU I remember in the sense of connective tissue. And it's also not the way I remember things flowing and being so grand in what they set up moving forward. And this whole idea of removing Doctor Strange in order to give more focus on Wanda, like that just goes against so much comic book shit. So, like literally, House of M itself is nothing but people talking to Wanda, trying to convince Wanda, and it's the whole, like, I just hated that whole idea. I hated the idea that they needed Falcon and Winter Soldier to just be about Sam becoming Cap. And like so isolate on that. I was like, this is driving me crazy. Where's the connective tissue? Where's the Thunderbolts? Where's all this stuff? Because that's what Marvel Comics fun is about. So for me, this show proves that they're not afraid to do that these shows will be significant. And yeah, that gets me pretty hyped.
Can I just say something too with that? That
Yeah.
like absolutely boggles my mind. Is that like if you remove characters because you say like, oh, we're trying to give this space and we don't want this other character to overpower
You're kind of saying they're
this,
shitty.
you're basically saying like this character is not good enough
Right.
to like hold their self up and play off of other characters.
Oh, I think he's
which
so
is just
like
undermining
right.
that
And so
character that you're trying to let shine. So
Yeah.
that just doesn't like that whole logic just never makes sense to me.
yeah, I made this point in the video I did earlier today where I was reacting to that Rotten Tomatoes interview with Kevin Feige. And look,
Yeah.
I love Kevin Feige, but there's this weird belief out there that just because he is generally a very nice human being, that he doesn't lie or something. Like I've had people like tell me this thing where they're like, no, bro, like you got to believe Kevin Feige's a straight shooter and all this. Guys, he literally said at the time of Sony yanking Spider-Man, I'm happy with the story we told and we completed the story we wanted to tell. There's no fucking way that was true. He said that as a negotiating tactic, and he even said in the interview recently that, yeah, he wanted to do more. They were devastated for months. For months, he said. So, look, I love the dude, but he does play that game. He will mislead you. He will
have to.
say a different version of the truth. Of course you have to. I can't believe people honestly get like, well, Feige said this. It's like, pfft, bro. Okay, so yeah, that just means it's over then. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. People are weird. Basically, what I'm saying is there's no way he pulled Doctor Strange because he's a white guy. There's no way that's true.
Yeah.
He was playing into whatever thing he thought would do its own thing, distract or detract or whatever. He's saying the things maybe he thinks people want to hear, but that shit ain't true. Like that is not that. There's no way that's true. Alma Powell says they closed the series, gave the fans they needed, but opened up all the main characters to the future. That is amazing. Again, I'm shocked. Awesome. Yeah, man. I'm still in shock. $4 holler here from Jack D. Whiskey says this means Thanos was just a pawn in the timeline. Essentially,
Yo, that's
everybody was.
true.
Essentially, everybody was. Alex says, will Doom be a Kang variant ties with comic origin? No, I don't think so. I think they'll do Doom on his own, but the tying of Doom and Kang together in some form or fashion is needed. That would be awesome. Dodd's View says, Josh and Kang gang, I seriously was not convinced Majors would be in this episode. I'm so happy y'all were right. I'm still in shock. Take my money. Indeed, man. I'm pretty happy too. Sheev the Wise says, last 5 episodes of Bad Batch will be lit AF. We'll see. Kang gang, can't wait for the MCU craziness. Hope you finally got a theory right. happy you finally got a theory right. But it's not a theory.
You
Like, it's a
finally
report.
got it right.
You know what I mean? It was a report out there. But I chose to believe in it. So, yeah, that's fair. Familia says, if you look on Disney Plus, Loki comes out before WandaVision and Falcon on the timeline. So that's
Okay.
why there were so many unanswered questions in those shows. Is that true? Okay, I'll have to look into that. If that's on the website or
Well,
something, that could make it.
yeah.
That could make it make sense as to why they pulled stuff out. There's also the Pandy, right? And dude, I'm telling you, it was the Spider-Man thing. Spider-Man and the deal with Sony made Feige hesitant to do all the things that he wanted to do, in my opinion. Mark Shiner, the $5 holler, says, Boner was the witness protection person mentioned in the beginning of WandaVision. Strange placed him in there as a multiverse began to break. I bet he is Quicksilver. It's totally possible. That
Or
would be sick.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Okay, let me fangirl dream.
Do
What
it.
if the witness protection person was the person that Ravonna went and got?
What do you mean? Oh, that's where Ravona's going?
Yeah.
She's
To
going
go
to show
get-
up and be like,
'Cause
hi,
remember at the
Ralph.
first- no. I don't think. What if it wasn't Ralph? What if it was the Kang variant or something like that?
Wait, you think Ralph Boner's a Kang variant?
No. I'm saying Ralph Boner is a completely different person.
Okay.
I don't think he's the witness protection program because the FBI would have been like, yo, where were you?
No, he was definitely the witness protection program. They have it. It's in the episode. The Ralph
Where?
Boner that's how she knows he's Ralph Boner.
What?
It's literally the witness protection, John, that she finds. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that,
I don't
but
think they ever clarify that.
I think they did. I think they did.
I-
Agree to disagree. Disney Plus Time Order states that Loki. Okay, yeah, we already went over that. Liam says this goes to show that WandaVision, Falcon, and Winter Soldier could have been just as good as Loki if they just stuck to the script and gave us Mephisto, etc. I don't think Mephisto was actually ever really in the script. I'm just gonna be real. I don't think that was ever in there, but there were other things that were in there that they changed. Luis says multiple timelines in the TVA. Yeah, it's very possible, man. Very possible. Multiple timelines in the TVA. What does it mean? Nobody knows for sure. Roosevelt says, is it possible that this What If show is just the stories of the new newly created branches of all canon? I do think that's possible.
I love it.
I love that idea. I'm
I
getting
love
pretty
it.
hyped. Big Stevie says, prediction on timing of Spider-Man trailer now before What If, but that's just because there's a report out there, actually. It has nothing to do with Loki. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say on that. Season 2 setting up Loki v. Sylvie and Secret Wars, indeed. And I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Homie says the finale was bananas and the MCU just went next level madness. P.S. That Grinch look looks good on you. Boner resolved and fanboy dreams do come true. Fanboy dreams do come true.
Yes.
Somebody clip it. All right, let's tear through these last ones. Don't send any more super chats in, guys, because we've got to go do this video and go sleep. Oh, by the way, I should mention we'll
It's
talk
4:20.
full spoilers. 4:20. We'll talk full spoilers at 10:30 a.m. I'm gonna drag myself out of bed. I'm gonna watch Loki again. I'm gonna sip a bunch of coffee and have that Grinch smile on my face. So if
Yes.
you want to come by at 10:30 while
6
I
hours from now.
while I relentlessly talk about Kang and how I was right and just constantly take bows all stream long and talk shit on everybody that doubted me. Come on by at 10:30 a.m. It's going to be a good time.
Yes.
Benzie says, could it be that when Wanda heard her kids in the end of WandaVision, that was the exact time the multiverse opened? Yeah, so you're saying like the exact, yeah, it very well could
That would
be.
make sense.
Yeah, I actually like that a lot. That's very good. That's fine connective tissue. Mike Porter, I missed one, says, can I get bail? I shot off Kang fire. Can I get bail? I shot off Kang fireworks off. Bail money? No, you're on your own, bro.
Because you shot.
Yeah,
Fireworks?
no, you shot off the fireworks. You did that. You did that, Mike. Fifi says, okay, Fantastic Four theory. The sacred timeline didn't need a Fantastic Four, but now that evil Kang exists, only the Fantastic Four can beat him. Yo, I love
I like it. Did you
I-
skip the whole MCU Batman?
I probably did. My bad. Where's that at?
Right there.
Huh?
Calvin Jr. 88.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Holy MCU Batman. That was incredible. Very generous $10 holler. I totally didn't miss it. That was incredible. Didn't see that coming. That was like Jet Li's The One on Red Bull. That's true, actually. That's crazy. Kevin Feige, you dog. Thanks for the streams, Josh. Appreciate the work, brother. Tick. And then he cut out. No, shit.
He ran out of characters.
He got pruned.
Okay.
And then Benzie, yeah, we talked about that. Fifi, we went over that. I love that Fantastic Four thing. All right, guys, we're going to get on out of here. All right, one more from friggin' Whitney. Super chat, and even more super chats. What is sleep? It's rewatch time, nerds. No, it's time for me to maybe work on a video. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on a video, but I'm not going to record a video. Okay, I'll write out the script for like a ending explain type video, and I'll wake up and I'll record it before the full on spoilers deal.
Okay.
But I am gonna stay up for a little bit and see what people are saying online and just kind of chill. So.
And I'm going to sleep.
Yup. So that's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for all of the Loki watch parties or whatever Loki watch party you watch. I know some people just like to come over here after the episode just to see what we're saying after that. Again, come on by at 10:30 when we do full spoiler talk. I'm elated. I have been kanged, and I feel quite good. So we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and we'll see you in the next video. Yes. I was right about Kang.